All right, so Andrew, last question. Now back to the cultural divides. So in the book forward, you're putting the idea that, hey, maybe we can come together on some issues. And one of the reasons, I agree with that. I think we could certainly come together on many issues and predominantly economic ones. But we do have social issues. And so you were on Tucker Carlson's show the other day, and he asked you a question that had a curious reference to the Unabomber. I want to show the audience that, and then I want to ask you a question about that. Let's watch that video.
It is a third party, yes, though it's starting out as a PAC because you don't actually become a political party on day one. You have to do a bunch of stuff.
Well, sure. I mean, systems. Ted Kaczynski, I have to say, has written very convincingly on this, the Unabomber. Bad person, but a smart analysis, I think, of the way systems work. And his argument is that large organizations over time morph into purely self-preservation projects. Like a big system in the end protects itself, and that's kind of all it does. So our two-party system is certainly in that category.
So Andrew, there are a lot of people who say the same exact thing, but he chose to highlight the Unabomber there. And now 28% of Republicans say that it might be time for violence. And one of the people that are predominantly driving Republican voters in that direction is Tucker Carlson. And he keeps glorifying violence. And in that case, he glorified the Unabomber, attributing a well-known idea to a guy who bombed and murdered people. So how do you invite people like Tucker Carlson or his audience to your party knowing these very dangerous proclivities?
We have to bring the temperature of the country down as quickly as possible. The reality is we're at Civil War levels of political stress by the numbers, and we can all see it, we can all feel it. I agree that it's going to lead to terrible, unthinkable things. And I want to be part of an effort to help people see that that's not where we have to go. But unfortunately, that's where the system is designed to lead us. That's why we have to change the design of the system as quickly as possible for the reasons you're describing.
So, but you say, hey, still reach out to that 28% of Republicans who say it might be time for violence, 41% of Republicans who say that you might have to take the law into your own hands.
Heck, yes, because the last thing we want them to do is actually resort to violence or take the law into their own hands. You got to get to them before they do it and say, you know what, like maybe that's not a great idea. Like maybe we're all still in it together. We're all still human beings. Like, I mean, you can't allow numbers like that to just climb to a point where large numbers of people do act on it, and that is where we're heading. Like I joked with Anderson Cooper the other night, like I want to be America's wet blanket. I want to like soothe the fever. Like the fever is rising, and we gotta freaking cool it down. And anything I can do to cool it down, I'm gonna do.
All right, Andrew Yang, author of Forward, Notes on the Future of Our Democracy, and the creator of the Forward Party. Thanks for joining us, we appreciate it.
Thanks, great being here. Thank you all.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.